Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Amir Zikri bin Amir Zaki Hasan and welcome to this presentation on the disclosure of ethical practice by publicly traded Malaysia companies. I will analyze the most important aspect of a 2014 research paper by Ahmad Firdaus, Zainal Abidin, Hafiza Shah Hashim, Zaliha Saleh and Susela Devi. Disclosure of ethical practice has grown in importance in modern business world, which places a greater emphasis on responsibility, transparency, and ethical behavior. Investor, consumer, employees, and general public all anticipate that business will sustain high ethical standards and demonstrate their commitment to social environmental responsibility. This paper also acknowledged the significance of ethical practice in corporate governance, sustainability, and stakeholder interaction. They analyzed the level of disclosure of ethical practice in Malaysia publicly traded companies in order to gain insight into the current level of transparency and determining area of improvement. In addition, the researcher compared the disclosure practice of a Singapore-listed company. Next we go to the methodology used by the researcher. Between 2012 and 2016, the researcher conducted a comprehensive study concentrating on the information disclosed in the annual report of publicly traded Malaysia Corporation. Using annual reports ensure the accuracy and standardization of the data collected. The sample consists of 1,115 Malaysian public companies from the variety of industry. This is enable a comprehensive comprehension of overall level of disclosure of ethical practice among the Malaysian publicly traded companies. In order to evaluate the efficacy of disclosure, the researcher create an ethic index based on review of pertinent prior research. The index contains 14 entries pertaining to various aspects of ethical practice. The data was summarized and analyzed using descriptive and trend analysis technique and yielding insight into the disclosure pattern and trend over a 5 years period. And then we go for the result of the method used. The study disclosed the varying degree of disclosure of ethicals among Malaysia publicly traded companies. The 5 years analysis of trend and pattern provide insight into a current condition of ethical practice and information disclosure in these businesses. The finding identify areas such as anti-corruption measure, employee well-being, environmental sustainability, corporate responsibility, and stakeholder engagement in which the level of disclosure varied among companies. This finding contribute to our comprehension of the current state of ethical practice, disclosure, and its impact on the stakeholders and business community at large. And now we go for the critic and recommendation. There are some limitations that could be addressed to broaden the scope of studies, despite the fact that the research provides insightful information. The size of purview of the sample could be increased to include the more diverse representation of companies across various market segment industry. In addition, a comparative analysis with the norm of practice of the jurisdiction would provide a broader perspective, incorporating qualitative research methodologies such as interviews or case studies would provide a deeper comprehension of stakeholders' perspective and actual ethical dilemmas encountered by Malaysian public companies. In addition, also, it would be beneficial to provide a more comprehensive discussion of the implication and recommendation resulting from the result. This would provide valuable insight of policymakers, regulators, and practitioners seeking to strengthen the ethical practice of Malaysian publicly traded companies. Finally, we go to the conclusion. This is shed light of the disclosure of ethical practice among Malaysia publicly traded corporation. disclosure of ethical practice, which are essential of corporate governance, sustainability, and stakeholder participation independent of transparency and accountability. Although some businesses disclose their ethical practice, there are places of improvement across the board among the recommendation, creation of a rigorous regulator framework, benchmarking against the international standard, and promotion of collaboration and knowledge sharing among industry organizations. Companies can acquire the trust of stakeholders, ensure their long-term valuability, and contribute more responsibility business environment in Malaysia by enhancing transparency and accountability. Well, this all for me for the presentation on the disclosure of ethical practice by publicly traded Malaysian company. I thank you.